Hey loves, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, my name is Velma Asola, and for the returning subscribers, thank you so much for the love and support. And today we're going to do a very simple matte cut crease, so keep on watching. So first things first, I always start with the eyebrows, and now I'm just using Davis No. 3 eye pencil to outline her eyebrows following the natural shape. And always make sure that your pencil is very sharp. Now I am filling in the eyebrows using very light strokes, and I'm still using Davis No. 3 pencil. I'm now cleaning her eyebrows, and I will use two concealer shades, LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn and in the shade Beautiful Bronze. I am using Fawn on her brow bone to highlight it because it's a shade lighter, and then Beautiful Bronze for the beginning and the outer part of the brow. I like to be as thorough as I can, so I spend most of the time on eyebrows because I'm a perfectionist. So I evenly distribute the product and I blend it out. For the upper part of the eyebrow, I usually prefer using a foundation, and I used Fit Me Matte Polish in the shade 360, which is Mocha. And I just follow the shape of the outline that I made earlier. I am using LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Flat White as my eyeshadow base. I am packing in the first transition color on the outer corner of the eye, and I am using Eva Beauty palette in the shade Noble. I am bringing the shade up to the inner corner of the eye without making it too dark. Using the same concealer base, I will start cutting the crease to the desired shape and filling it in as I go. Also take your time because there's a lot of things that can go wrong while cutting the crease. Also, as you can see, I'm going back and forth with the brush to make sure that the line is crisp. I'm blending it out using a clean brush to get rid of any excess product and to also distribute the product evenly all over the lid. I'm going in with the shade Mogul to smoke out the outer crease corner. For the second color, I'm using the shade Violet, and I am just tapping it in on the lid and not dragging it. And for the inner corner of the crease, I am using the translucent powder from my powder palette. To achieve that seamless look, you have to go back and forth with the eyeshadows, blending them out. Comes to eyeliner, I usually prefer when the client's eye is open so that I can mark where I start. Also make sure that the liner brush is flat to achieve a straight line, then drag and connect going inside while the eye is closed. And also I build the thickness as I go. I decided to pop the look, and now I'm just adding glitter liner just above the eyeliner. Moving on to the face, I am applying moisturizer, and I am using the Nivea Day Cream, which has SPF. So if your moisturizer doesn't have SPF, you can just go ahead and apply SPF on top of the moisturizer. For the moisturizer, I applied a LA Girl primer, and now I'm just distributing it all over the face. For foundation, I'm using Fit Me in the shade 360, which is Mocha, and I'll just add a little bit of 355, which is Coconut. And I am using a damn beauty blender to blend out the product. Beauty blenders tend to give me the result that I want, and it doesn't leave a patchy look, unlike sometimes when I use brushes. I am now highlighting, and that is the areas where light reflects on our skin, which is the forehead, T-zone area, bridge of the nose, and the chin. I'm using a Legal Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. I will apply a little bit of setting spray to hydrate the concealer for easier blending. Concealer well under the eye to avoid creasing, then get rid of the harsh lines with the side that you use to apply foundation with. Going back and forth with the blender helps everything blend out seamlessly. So you want to contour based on the shape of your face. She has a round face, so I'll use a softer contour, meaning the product that I'm using will be 2 to 3 shades darker than her skin tone to avoid bringing in structure that is not there. So I'm using Zickel foundation in the shade 35. For the forehead area, if you have a bigger forehead, apply more, and if you have a smaller forehead, apply less product. For the nose, use a brush to blend it out and do not move it around too much. Take your time blending it out. I am now setting the areas where I applied concealer with a powder, and if you have an oily skin, I would advise you to use an oil absorbing powder, and if you don't have an oily skin, you can use translucent or loose powder. In this case, I'm using banana loose powder because she doesn't have an oily skin. And if you can notice, I'm pressing the powder in the skin using a beauty blender. I also applied a little below the cheekbone to define the contour. I am using Zickel powder palette in the shade Golden Bronze to blend everything out. I am applying blush, focusing mainly on the apples of the cheeks towards the ear. Using the same brush, I will apply highlight towards the hairline, focusing on the highest point of the cheekbone. Moving on to the lips, I am outlining them using Davy's lip pencil. I want them to look as natural as possible, so I'm just outlining following their natural shape. I am using a lipstick from Davy's Cosmetic in the shade Puppy Love, and the purple turned out perfect. I am outlining her under eye using Davy's No. 1 pencil. This technique really makes the eye look pop more. I am just applying a little bit of mascara. And lastly, I will apply Kiss Beauty setting spray to lock the look. This is the final look. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I really hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and see you on the next one.